nap today. Um, I'm still sick. I think they're doing something to my food or my water. I am being forced to use tap water right now because of my financial situation. So, and the water in this apartment and that apartment are connected. So, I don't know if I'm wearing too much blush. Or I know my color is off on my phone. Wipe that in a little bit. So I have had diarrhea for over a month now. Last night I vomited and had diarrhea at the same time. That's happened several times throughout my life, here and there, since my early 20s. They're still messing with my cat food. My cats are used to having dry kibble down at all times, because cats don't overeat like dogs do. When cats eat, and when they're satisfied, they walk away. But they're used to it always being there. And I feel really bad because I can't leave a bowl of dry kibble out for them anymore because these people are contaminating the cat food. And they'll go over there and they want to eat it and they're licking their lips and they're sniffing it and then they're walking away, and I'm being forced to throw away all this cat food. And I don't have money to buy another bag. I don't even have $1 to my name. I am seriously screwed. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding them tuna, and I'm opening the can right in front of them, and I'm watching them eat to make sure that nobody is putting anything in their food. So my cats are not starving, but I feel bad that they can't have their dry kibble anymore because I can't trust it, and I can't afford to keep. I mean, once I get paid, I'll buy another bag, but, you know, chances are they're going to do the same thing. So, I mean, who knows what they're doing? They could be, you know, that's where my hairspray could be going, you know? Spray the cat food with hairspray, shake the bag, let it dry. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're doing something to the dry kibble. And I feed them very healthy food for a reason. I feed them grain-free. It's $50 for a 12-pound bag, which lasts me a month when it's not being stolen. But these people steal it too. It's only $50 a month. You know, 5 cats, well, 4 now. It wasn't expensive at all. But I did a lot of research on cat food, and I figured the healthier I feed them, the less I will have to take them to the vet, or the less they will get sick. Okay, but I started doing that before I knew what targeting was. Okay. For those of you that don't know, they totally terrorized and tormented my cat for 3 months and then poisoned her. She just died 2 weeks ago. I could not protect her. I did the best I could to protect her. You could tell that she was being traumatized. You could tell that she wasn't sick. She was being traumatized and drugged. And I think they did something so that poop could not come out of her butt. That's what I think they did. I think they impacted her. But you could tell that she died from being drugged. So, you know, I prayed to God. I said, please heal her and get rid of these demons, or take her home, because they're determined to kill her, and I can't watch this. God took her home. So I still have 4 cats that I have to take care of, and they're screwing with the food. And so now I am forced to feed them tuna fish and canned salmon while I stand there and watch them eat. But they're going to look at me like I'm the criminal because they're looking over at their food dish like, why are you trying to poison us? What is this in our dish? You know, they don't understand English. They don't know that it's not me trying to hurt them. They even interfere with your relationship with your pets. I'm serious. Everything that you love, anything that you love, they will sabotage, and they will interfere with anything that you love. Whether it's an article, a person, an animal, doesn't matter. A passion, a hobby, it does not matter. If you are passionate about it and you love something and you adore something, they are going to sabotage it. It's going to get sabotaged by these people. They want to take away everything that you love. Everything. They want to take away everything and everyone that you love. And they do. And they're very methodical about the way they go about it. And they get away with it. I deal with vehicular harassment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It does not stop. It's every 15 to 30 seconds on average. They've been at it all day out there. They're a little quiet right now, but that's unusual and won't last. It's every single day. I've been in this apartment for 6 years, so it's every single day. Today, I tried to contact my lawyer that originally got me my Social Security. Again, I've been trying to contact him for weeks now, because I should never have lost it in the first place. I should not even be in the situation that I'm in. Okay. I've been on it for 10 years. And before I went to work, I called Social Security quite a few times and asked them how many hours am I allowed to work, so I don't lose my benefits. I want to make sure I'm not going to lose my benefits. I stayed within those guidelines. They did confiscate a $1,500 Social Security check 2 years ago from me, stating that I was overpaid at my job, which I wasn't. I provided them with all of my paycheck stubs. It didn't matter. They were able to get away with it. The only correspondence I have had between Social Security and I since they did that was to try to recover that $1,500. At no time did I get anything from Social Security stating that I was going to lose my benefits. At no time. I wasn't given a warning to try to defend myself. Nothing. I just woke up on June 3rd of this year expecting to pay my rent and bills like I do every month, like I've been doing for 10 years. And it wasn't in there. And I called and they said that it got canceled. And they couldn't even explain to me why. And I'm locked out of my Social Security account. I can't even get into there online because they're in your devices. I can't even get into that. So the lawyer that originally got me the Social Security in the first place should be able to take care of this without any help from me because he's a lawyer. Okay, it shouldn't be that hard for him to contact Social Security and find out why my Social Security was canceled. Okay, it's very fishy, the email that's going on between us. I don't even know if it's even really him that I'm speaking with. Okay? Because he really doesn't need me to find out that answer. Okay? Lawyers have a lot of pull. All he's got to do is call the Social Security Administration and give them his ID and tell him I'm the one that represented her to get these benefits, and this is the information I need. That's all he's got to do. I was home all day. I called his secretary twice. I emailed him. I've been trying to contact him for weeks. He sends me messages saying, I tried calling your phone, voicemail is full. I don't want you to talk to my voicemail. I want you to talk to me. Okay? Or I want you to talk to Social Security and get back to me. Okay? And I don't use voicemail. As I tell everybody, don't even bother. Okay? I'm going to disconnect it. All right? So that's a big red flag right there, that my lawyer's allowing this to happen, and it should never have happened. It was a permanent partial disability, which means permanent. Okay? Now, when these people offered me full disability checks on top of it, which would have been an additional $400 a week, I told them I didn't want that. Okay? And I could tell that they were aggravated with me because I turned it away, which was another red flag. Okay? Yeah. I told them I didn't want to be permanently disabled. I want to get a career. I want a job. I don't want to be home disabled. But he was able to get me Social Security disability because of, I do have work limitations from the doctor that I can only lift a certain amount or whatever, even though my surgery that I had on both of my arms was successful, and I don't have any arm pain anymore, and I am able to work. But I still should not have lost my Social Security disability without them at least giving me advanced notice so that I could cover my expenses, because now I'm facing eviction and homelessness, which I've been trying to tell you for 2 years now that is what they're up to. Well, I'm right in the middle of the fire now. Okay, I'm right there. My landlord has not received rent for June or July, and August is in 4 days. And Trump just signed an order rounding up homeless people, and they're all going to mental facilities. So that's where I'm going to end up if I end up homeless. Social services at 691 St. Paul Street is also involved in my targeting. I always get the same 2 women that help me. They always have an attitude. They always try to get me into an argumentative mode. They don't even try to ask for the paperwork that they told me to bring into my appointment. Like, they're not even interested in looking at it, almost as if they already know they're going to deny me. So why bother looking at it? Yeah. I said, well, you asked for a landlord statement, and here it is. And you asked for proof of employment, and here it is. So I don't want to leave without you having the proper paperwork, because we need to expedite this situation so that I don't become homeless. And then she started having an attitude with me. They already know that they're going to deny me. They denied me the first time. We'll see what happens. I called them 2 or 3 times today about this to ask them to expedite it. And then I was told, you have to speak with a specific team. Then I was transferred to them. And I said, please put my case at the top of the file. I am about to become homeless. I'm doing everything I can to help myself. Nobody can say that I can't, that I'm not. I'm doing everything I can to help myself. I have been trying since June to get a job. Since June 3rd, I have been applying for jobs since the day I found this out. I have gone to social services 3 or 4 times now. I have filled out 3 applications. I have provided all paperwork asked for. They're trying to put me on the street. And I told you that, like, I've been telling you that for 2 years. They're trying to put me on the street. That's their next thing. Because suicide didn't work, which will never work. The mental health issue thing didn't work, because I had schizophrenia taken out of my record. And honestly, if I really had schizophrenia, do you think they would just take it out of my medical record because I didn't want it in there? Really? No, it doesn't work that way. They knew that I was going to fight it, and they knew that I was going to win. And that's why they took it off. Because they didn't want the heat. So they're like, okay, we'll just move on to the next freaking thing that we're going to do, which is to make you homeless. So they got me fired from my job. Then they confiscated a social security check, trying to make me freaking late on my rent. But then, by the grace of God, I got a big unemployment check, which was the exact amount they confiscated, by the way. And I was able to pay my rent that month. My handler knows that I'm not going to call a family member for the funds that I need, because she is the one that put me in the situation in the first place. Okay. I'm pretty sure that my handler knows the amount of money that I need right now to save my apartment. Pretty sure that she knows about it. Okay, it's my family talks, right? Yeah, they do. You know you do if you're watching. Okay. Talk, talk, talk. No action. I'll talk. No action. And I have to listen to everything that they say, but they don't have to listen to a word I say. Oh, yeah, that's the damn truth. So, fine. I'm pretty sure the family member that is handling the funding also knows that I am in need of this money and is waiting for me to grovel and beg for it, which I'm not going to do, because I already know that they know. Okay. And the fact that I know that they know, and my landlord still doesn't have his money, tells you that family is not always blood. Because I am this close to living under a bridge. Okay. No. And they don't care. They don't. They don't care. If they cared, my landlord would have his money right now. I'm not even asking for a handout. I'm asking for a loan, which is going to get paid back. Okay. Right. And the funding is available. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I really don't need to say much more than that. It speaks for itself. I'm going to lose everything I own, and I'm going to end up on the street. Because social services is involved in this. And my lawyer is not doing anything to help me with my social security disability that I was on. And I'm not getting help from anybody. And yesterday, I found it out at my job that, the hours and amount of money I was going to make was totally misrepresented at the interview. So I'm already looking for another job. I don't know. They're determined to make me homeless, just like they were determined to kill my cat. Right? They're determined to make me homeless. And I'm not one of those people that will stay in a shelter. I will live under a bridge. And I'll get raped, and I'll get murdered. Okay? Because they raped me right here in my own apartment. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, I'm waiting for my one cat to wake up so I can feed him his tuna, and so I can watch him eat it, to make sure that nobody in the invisible cloaking department walks by and sprinkles something onto his food before he eats it. Yeah, it's like that. I know that they're messing with my food as well. There's no reason for me to have diarrhea for over a month. Okay. No reason for it. They're making me sick. And I even went to urgent care to get checked for COVID and SRV and the flu. 'Cause I have that flu-like feeling, that flu-like feeling that when you have the flu from your, the tips of your hair to your toes, that just feeling throughout your body. I have that. So, I think I'm being slowly poisoned. And they've done it, they attempted it before. The poisoning with me. They've attempted it before. When I was living with my ex. Okay, in a different apartment. They attempted the poisoning. So, they do that. TIs know that they do that. Slater! Okay, my cat is up. I'm gonna give him his tune. I'll be right back. Here, honey. Here, Slater. What do I got for my baby? Here. What do I got for my baby? Okay, Cosmo. Hang on a second. There's fucking something. Hang on, Slater. I'm really getting sick of this bullshit. Okay? I'm really, really getting sick of this bullshit. And they've broken every can opener I have bought in the past 2 years. Every can opener. They have broken every can opener. It never stops, people. It doesn't stop. You don't get a break and it doesn't stop. Okay? You don't get a break and it doesn't stop. It does not stop. Now he's not even going near that. Now I might have to open a new can. You see how they drain you financially? We'll see if he eats it. I might have to open a third can of tuna now. And throw this away. Because they are invisible cloaking in my house. I know for a fact that they are. Okay? Okay, do I have to open another can of tuna? Okay, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna expose everything you motherfuckers do. Yeah, every motherfucking thing. Slater, come here. Hang on. Slater. They have broken every can opener I have bought in the past 2 years. Every single one. I even had a friend buy me one on Amazon for $10 and they broke that too. Watch. I can't even get it. Watch. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Okay? The vandalism that I go through, the theft, the fucking of everything, and now they're fucking with the cat food. Trying to poison my fucking remaining animals. This is what these assholes are fucking doing. Now I have to open the food right in front of my animal and stand there and watch them eat it and make sure that they're getting their food. Okay. Come here, Slider. Eat it. I'm not opening another can. Eat it. Eat it right now, right in front of me. It's fucking bullshit you have to put up with. It's fucking ridiculous. It's motherfucking ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. I don't know any other words. Pathetic doesn't even cover it. See, now he's eating it. I have somebody invisible cloaking in here. If I put the food dish down on the floor, they can just invisible cloak over there, sprinkle something on their food, and then they go over and they sniff it. And animals are smart. They're not going to eat something that's contaminated with poison if they can smell it. Right? Yeah. This is how I'm figuring all this out. I'm going to show you the food dish. Okay, there's their food dish. Okay. That container next to the food dish, it's a pretty big Tupperware container. That 12-pound bag of cat food that I buy will fill that 3 times. And that's usually all I have to buy every month is with that $150 bag. Okay. That's down for them all day long, all the time, and they can eat whenever they want. Free feed. And then I split 1 can of tuna with them between them at night. That's the normal regimen. Today I have opened 3 or 4 cans of tuna, which I can't even afford to buy right now. Okay. The cat food last night, when I went to Wegmans to exchange the contaminated food because I kept the bag, I told them it made my animals sick and they wouldn't eat it. I got a different flavor. Brought it home, they did the same thing to this bag. And when I did go to the store, I was gang stalked throughout the entire experience at Wegmans. When I got there, there was a very loud siren playing, which is the noise campaign, that was going off that nobody seemed to care about. And I asked her, "Are you guys going to turn that off?" And she's like, "I can." Well, then do it. I got there right after the customer service desk closed. So I had to ask for supervisor assistance to be able to exchange the bag of cat food. This was like at 9:30 at night last night at Wegmans on Mount Read Boulevard. Okay. Not only was there a loud siren playing as soon as I entered the store, I could tell that there was 4 perps following me around the store. Okay. Then, when I went outside to try to get a bus, they drained my battery, like they always do, on my phone, when I'm at a store trying to get a bus home. They do it every single time. They'll drain your phone battery right in front of you. Okay? So I always have to bring my charger, and then I always have to use the store's outlet to plug in my phone so that I can charge it to get a bus home. That's been going on since I sold my car. Okay. So they drain my phone down to 4%. So I go inside and I sit on those electric carts that people drive around, and they've got plugs right there. So I plug in my phone, and then they're out in the parking lot doing burnouts and making noises in the parking lot to harass me while I'm trying to get a bus. After an hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour of trying to get a bus and realizing they weren't going to give me one, I was forced to walk home with groceries in my hand. It's a good 2 miles, I would say. It's people, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It doesn't end now. It just doesn't. Are you gonna eat some more of this? Come here. Eat some more. Eat. It's the only food you're getting today, Slater. I want you to eat it right now. I can't protect them. I can't. I can't even protect them. Even being home with them, I can't protect them from this. It's really sad. It really is. It's very, very sad what they do. Here, eat out of here. Here. Eat what's in here. 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 Eat what's in the can. Eat it. Slater, this is the only food you're getting today, buddy. It's the only food you're getting. That's it. I gave them tuna twice today because they don't have their dry food anymore. It's the only food you're getting, Slater. Eat now or don't eat. You have to eat in front of me. Jasper, you want some more? Come. I've had it, people. I really have. I did come to a realization that I do have to listen to them because I do have to listen to them, but I don't have to look at them. I don't have to give them any attention that I don't want to give them. I can be aware of them, but I don't have to give them attention that they want and that they're trying to demand with their noise. Because that's what they're doing. They want your attention. They're trying to distract you from what you're trying to pay attention to. And they want all of your focus on them. Okay? Learn how to not do that. And it's very important that you learn how to not react when they try to provoke you into a reaction. That's very important. Okay, that's the whole reason that they do what they do, is for your reaction. And you remember with the live streaming that's going on and people paying for our subscriptions, because I know that they are, that's how they're making out their money, through insurance scams and live streaming on the dark web. Yeah, they're fucking up our lives, and then they're live streaming us, and they're putting it on the dark web while you went around on the hamster wheel trying to fix everything that they fucked up. And people are paying to watch you like a reality show. I'm not joking. I'm not. I wish I was. But they want all your attention on them. And I do have to listen to them. I have to listen to her slamming next door. I have to listen to the harassment outside all day. I have to listen to every noise that they make in this house, or outside, or in my environment that I know is being done intentionally. I have to listen to them, but I do not have to look at them. And you never know. They might not get paid as much if you don't look at them. You know, the Bible does say, look not to the left or nor to the right. Keep your eyes straight before thee. Maybe that's what he was talking about. You never know. I didn't look at one of them last night. Only the ones that were following me in the store. Those are the ones I looked at. But when I went outside to try to get a bus, and they were out in the parking lot doing their shit, I didn't look at any of them. And they get mad when you don't. And then they step it up and they make it even louder. Like, oh yeah? I bet you look at this, or whatever. No. I ain't gonna fucking look at you. You can't make me do anything that I don't want to do. You're not in control of my mind or my thoughts. I am. Nice try, though. You might have had me for 5 minutes 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. Those days are over. These Nazis know that they don't have any control over me anymore. And that's why they want me homeless, because they know they have no control over me. They have no control over me. But they're trying. Okay. And when it happens, you'll see that I'm telling you the truth. Okay. That is one of their goals. They also like to set people up for prison. That would be their next step with me. Okay. That would be their next step with me. Set me up for prison. Go on my Target story page on Facebook and go to featured at the top and watch that video with the guy standing in front of the green screen. They have parties. They want you to off yourself. If they can get someone to unalive themselves, they have parties and they celebrate how, powerful they are. But look at what we were able to make them do. They do. They high-five themselves. They have parties. These people are sick motherfuckers. Right? I'm not joking. Just because you're not going through it doesn't mean it's not out there. And let me tell you something. This crime makes the mafia look like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Shit is so fucking off the wall and ridiculous that you'd have to experience it in order to believe it. I could talk to you for 10 freaking hours about what these people do and the shit, all the little stupid shit they do. And you would not get it unless you were actually going through it. You just wouldn't. It's one of those things. And they do design it that way, for only the target to notice. That's why it's called a covert crime. And that's why we all should be on the horn trying to expose this. Not just expose it, but expose how they are doing what they're doing. Okay, which is, you know, getting on the internet and stuff is how TIs were able to come together and compare notes. You know, so we are making progress. You know, we've got a lot of good people on YouTube exposing this, but it's also good. It's also good to, you know, tell them how they're doing it and show them, actually show them. If you can get, you know, the camera always will catch something. The video camera especially will always catch something. So you can explain to them, okay, this is what's called a noise campaign, or this is, you know, vehicular harassment, or this is braiding, and actually show them when they're doing it too. And that's what I've been doing. Because if we can turn this crime from a covert crime, which means undercover and secretive, to an overt crime where everybody knows what's going on and what to look for, these people are done and over with. They can't survive. This crime cannot survive in an overt environment. It's not designed that way. It's not designed that way. It's designed to be secretive, and that only the target will notice. Right? It's designed that way. It's designed that way that if you try to talk to somebody about it, they're throwing you into a mental hospital. It's designed that way. It's to shut you up. Okay? Females don't get diagnosed with schizophrenia in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. They get diagnosed in their early 20s, and males get diagnosed in their late teens. Okay? And they're doing it to all of us. But they knew they weren't going to win that one with me. So they just took it right out of my record. It says history of psychosis in there still. But they took that schizophrenia out of there. Because they knew they weren't going to win that battle. And they wanted to move on to a new tactic, which is trying to make me homeless now. So, that's what's that. That what you heard, I've been listening to that all day long. The motorcycles and they're going down and they're doing U-turns and coming back. I've been listening to that shit all day long today. Like I do every day. They even do it when I go out. Not just when I'm home. They do it everywhere I go. Like they were doing last night. You know, in Wegmans parking lot. So, anyhow, I don't want to make my live streams too long because then nobody will want to watch them. But I just wanted to tell you what's going on in my life, and you know, we all need to stick together and support each other, and you know, there's always going to be bad people in the mix, you know, attacking the ones that are the strongest, and get the most information out there. Those are the ones that are going to get attacked. And I have a couple of friends like that on YouTube. So, you know, Lucifer doesn't attack his own. That's already doing his own will, or doing Lucifer's will. He goes after God's people. So, don't forget it's a spiritual battle that we're fighting, people, not flesh and blood. The flesh and blood is very temporary, but spirit is eternal. Okay. Who you are is not what you see. It's not your body. That's not who you are. It's your spirit. That's who you are. Okay. All right, guys, that's what's going on in my crappy little life. Um, I'm praying for a miracle. Right now, I'm even praying for even just $100 so I can get a few things that I need. But I'm praying for a miracle when it comes to the rent because I'm literally there now to the point of emergency. So please say prayers for me, and I'm sure God will come through in one way or another to help me get my landlord his rent. And I'm going to look for a more suitable job for me because I have to have a steady income to prevent this homeless tactic from working on me. So just everyone say prayers if you wouldn't mind saying a quick prayer for me. I appreciate it. And any real TIs in here, I love all of you, and I understand what you're going through. Trust me. Nobody else will, but a real TI will. Okay. Love all of you. I'll talk to you again very soon. Okay.